Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Hey guys, Gaming Speculator here. Welcome back for more Let's Play Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. In the last episode, we got the map to Saliva Island. We also got the ring from some old man. And we got ourselves the ham steak, which we'll do something later. But anyways, we're going to go over here to the left because we're returning these statues. And there's a strange hole here. Oh.
That's odd. There's a circular indentation here.
So, now we can activate these statues, which are, for most first-timers in this game, their worst enemy. These are timed statues, and they are not very generous on the time. But when you're like me and you've played it enough, it's really not as hard as you think. But I remember struggling on it my first time. So we've got ourselves a nice little climb to do here. This is actually my second time doing this part of the game because I quickly realized that my commentary was not recording at a certain point because I forgot to set the microphone back to speaking after a cutscene. So here we are again, doing something I've already done. It wasn't too far into the video, thankfully. It was only about 8 minutes in, and it wasn't a lot of progress lost, to be honest, so not too terribly mad. And I got bit by the same thing. Only I could be stupid like that. But anyways, this part of the climb is tedious, to say the least. Okay. So, these enemies I do not know the names of, but I call them the annoying frogs because they are, in that sense, annoying! They spit these stupid, slimy bubbles at you. I don't understand. Then there's the annoying dragons. What what am I supposed to do? There. Invincibility frames for the win. So anyways, we would go left, but there's really nothing over there yet. Well, not on that side at least. We'll get back to it though, at a later date. So we're gonna go over here to the right, and we're gonna jump past this big old monster, and we found ourselves our first cacklebat. You cannot get the second cacklebat until a later point. Actually, I think we're gonna try to grab it, because I did try to grab it. I forgot to, so... Anyways, we got some dark magic. We're gonna head over here, and we've got ourselves this statue.
It's JegaOmega! Wow, this thing's enormous! What's this sign say? Stink it up! Ew.
Okay, so we're gonna go down here. And hug left, hug the left wall. Yes, I did get it. Okay, so the second cacklebat and the only other cacklebat on Saliva Island can be found here in this cave, which can be easily accessed your first time. Thank goodness I did not actually get to pick this up on the last recording. I'm glad I got to get it because I was the only one to get here, and I wanted to actually be able to complete this island for the most part on my first visit. Thank goodness. Anyways, so the next part's gonna have a very interesting scene, so let's get...
Hey girl, you got the water turned on! Let's all hit the pool! You said it, girlfriend! Baby fresh skin is too much for the sun! Mine too, the light is bouncing off! Careful not to... Crack You did it! The pool is full again, and it smells like bath salts! That's concerning. The water's really, really warm, and kind of vicious.
If only you girls knew. So we're done here. We've got ourselves the petrify spell, which is exactly what we're gonna need to help that guy with his wife who got turned to stone. So there is actually an area up there that is past these statues, but given their timing, we can't quite access it just yet. We'll get the means to do that soon, though. And by soon, I mean a couple episodes. Let's get out of here. So we're gonna drop down and go pay that guy a visit now that we got exactly what he needs to save his beloved.
You found something? Could it be? You found it! The spell that turned my beloved to stone! At long last, I could finally reverse its effects. Hush, my beloved, whilst I speak the sacred words. Petrify!
Whoopsies.
So this is the point where I forgot to turn the microphone back on, or I misclicked, I don't really remember, but that poor man. At least he's with his wife now. They're both stone cold. Right? Right? I'm going in. Welcome to Spittle Maze, and they're dead. Those poor guys. At least they're together forever, right? Yeah. I'll be coming back to this wall in particular in another episode to show off something kind of neat. But, on to the topic at hand. Dungeons. Yes, Shantae is, if you were to compare it to anything, like Zelda, only 2D. It's essentially what WayForward is known for in games such as their first Adventure Time game, which I happen to love quite a bit, where it was a 2D platformer with dungeons and stuff. And Shantae is no different in regards to such a setup, where you have the dungeons and you get items in them to help you progress. Traditionally in Shantae games, it was always giving you a new transformation that would help you along the way, but considering Shantae is no longer a genie, that doesn't quite apply here. So, what are we getting in this dungeon, you might ask? We'll find out soon. But first things first, we got ourselves the first heart squid of the dungeon. I believe there are 2, maybe 3 in here. I could be wrong. I don't quite remember. But any heart squids I miss, I will happily come back for. I promise. Now then. We got ourselves a map, which I would show off, but considering I'm playing with the gamepad, I have no way of pausing and showing you it. So you'll just have to take my word for it that there is indeed a dungeon map on my screen, along with all my inventory and such. But anyways, our second heart squid is right here, which is always pleasant to have another addition. We got ourselves these switches with these cages, and the puzzles are typically centered around one main idea, but they always expand on it in an interesting way, and I hate these guys. So if you don't mind, I'm going to use my pike ball. It will greatly benefit me. Now, I would use the super pike ball, but I've only got one, and I would like to save those for another situation. Ow. Okay, sir. But anyways, the pike ball is exactly as you see, a projectile that spins around. It's like a barrier, kind of, but it also attacks. So we got ourselves a key, which is nice. Okay, and the pike ball lasts quite a while. It's no longer consumed by magic because Shantae doesn't have a magic meter, because, well, she's not genie anymore, but now it's an item that just has its own individual timer, so you can buy as many as you want and use them to your advantage, which is also a nice addition. But the super pike ball is obviously much better. Okay, so I was wrong. That's the last one of the heart squids. There's 3. If I remember now, there actually is 3 per dungeon, I believe. Can I get those? Dang it, I won't be able to get them until a later portion. But this one is pretty easy to get. You just gotta follow this crab guy, and boom. The 3rd heart squid of the dungeon. And I think that is I am pretty sure that is the last one in this dungeon. I am pretty certain that it is 3 per dungeon. But anyways, got more of these cage puzzles and bottomless pit. Okay, I fell down the bottomless pit. Nice. Awesome. No, really, awesome. So, as you can see, this one is shaking. Yeah, don't stand in those. You could be like my friend and possibly die. So those bats, they were a lot more annoying in Risky's Revenge because, I don't know, I think they were bigger. It just seemed like they were bigger. And because of that, they came off as a hindrance, especially since they can pretty much just lock on you. It's unfair. So I'm glad they kind of made the adjustment where they're smaller now. It's a nice little change of pace. But anyways, we got ourselves Risky's pistol. So instead of getting transformations in the dungeon, you now get Risky's gear that you get to use yourself. So in the last episode when I specified that you never get to see Shantae in the pirate gear, well, when you use the items, if you can pay attention to Shantae's head, she's wearing the pirate bandana. So whenever Shantae uses all the pirate gear, her outfit actually changes, which is actually neat. I just kind of wish that it did it the whole entire game because, I don't know, Shantae looks really cool in that pirate outfit. It seems surprisingly fitting for her, despite the fact that she's a genie. I don't know, it's a minor nitpick, but it's one I would have really appreciated. And it seems like quite a few people actually have the same complaint. I mean, can you blame them? But meh. Whatever. There's only one pirate in this game, and that's Risky Boots. Not even the Pirate Master can compare to her. I say that now, but we wait until later. We'll figure that out for ourselves, won't we? Anyway, so yeah, now they're adapting on the ice switch puzzles by implementing Risky's pistol. So we can avoid all of these flames together just by crawling right through there, which is a nice little addition. If you pay close attention to your surroundings, you'll be able to manipulate it to your advantage. It's very nice. Hup. Ow, I dodged those flames like a pro! You see that? That was great. Now, one thing people will probably ask, there are no cacklebats in any dungeon whatsoever. The cacklebats are saved exclusively for the outside world, but the heart squids can be found in both. So don't go out of your way looking for any missing cacklebats in the dungeons, because you're not going to find them, I'm here to tell you. So the pistol doesn't really do a lot of damage, but we can upgrade it a little later. But as you can see, it doesn't really do itself very much justice. Jeez. Hello. Okay, guys. Pike ball. It's great that I've got them kind of like in the same animation together. I mean, one's a little slower than the other, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care. Ah! Guys, stop being mean. Ha! Nice. Those guys are a pain, but once you get a certain item, it actually becomes really easy to handle them, especially in speedruns. I like how I keep talking about speedruns. Yes, guys, I will probably do a speedrun of this game at some point, which would actually be really interesting. But, we're at the end of the dungeon. That's why there's a save guy. You'll only find save guys at the beginning and the end of the dungeons, so we've got ourselves a big old door. I wonder what's here. Well, Cyclops plant, frightening, fixated flora. Welcome to the first boss of the game, guys. This boss is pretty easy. That was the first boss, so, you know, what do you expect? Anyways, you will want to take care of as many of those blob characters as you possibly can. Hello, don't do that to me, sir. That was quite rude. And as you can see, the formula has been changed up now, so you can take a wild guess on how you're going to have to approach the dungeons now. Ugh! Not the dungeons, the boss, my mistake. And I completely missed that. Awesome. Huh. Eh! Ah! No! Haha! No, 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 no. Yo, that ain't cool. Don't do that to me. And sometimes he kind of randomizes it, so you can't be entirely sure if you gotta shoot or if you gotta attack. I think I have to attack. Nope. This boss is ridiculously easy to finish in speedruns. I'm gonna assume I just gotta shoot, right? Yep. Awesome. Cool. There's an easy way to get past this phase if you have a specific item. I will demonstrate that during the speed run. Shantae's butt wiggling does not approve, and that guy got in my way. Once again, can I compliment this boss music because, like, holy crap, it's one of the best tracks in the game. And there. The boss is done. Or is it? Anyways, it's pretty easy if you just stand in the center and look left and right and... Yep, that's about it. That's literally about the pattern you gotta memorize. It's just... And the boss is actually complete this time. I promise, it actually is. You'll know because Shantae won't be able to move. But yay! We beat the first dungeon! That was quick.
Tinkerbats? Here? Hey! Get back here, you! What's this? He dropped something. I did it! The Pirate Master won't be able to draw power from this place anymore. I'd better go tell Risky.
Woohoo! So, we've gotten that taken care of. And now we got our pistol. We can shoot this, go down here, and we got ourselves our 4th heart squid. Well, actually it's our 8th, but it's the 4th in the set of containers that we can make. So we can go back to Skull Town and make another! So you might have noticed when I was in Skull Town, I bought these things called Pirate Flares, and I'm not using one just yet because we're going to save them for later. Pirate Flares essentially will warp you right back to Risky's ship, taking backtracking out of the equation. But it's not really that far of a trudge, and I already need to come back for the heart squid, so really there's no problem here. We're already here. So I'll demonstrate what those do a little later, as well as these other things like the monster milk and the bubble. So
you certainly took your sweet time.
I found something. An evil dungeon and a giant monster and...
Where did you get that pistol?
I found it locked up in a chest. Why?
Never mind. Anything else?
This island map. One of your Tinkerbats dropped it. He hadn't transformed yet.
Interesting. That suggests that the Pirate Master doesn't have enough dark magic to go around. Which means we still have enough time to prevent his return. Climb aboard! We're off to the next island.
I went easy on you this time, but next time I'll be steam-powered and unstoppable! Ho 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 ho!